Did you hear what? I know we're on the next gen topic. Did you hear what the Rocket League developers said about the 4K 120 and why the PlayStation 5 isn't doing it compared
What's that?
to the Xbox? They said that with Xbox to do 4K 120 for like last gen games, it's just like a small little patch. It takes almost no work.
It's DX versus whatever.
Yeah, with PlayStation, it's like they've got to actually go and like do a lot of work.
I could see that.
You know,
Microsoft's, I mean, they've worked so hard on their backwards compatibility stuff, and that's probably why we see the load times so similar on these backwards compatible titles between the two. It's just because it's just software side is just set up better for Microsoft. So that would make a lot of sense actually. What the Rocket League developers are saying there. So Nate, what do you think about what you've seen with the PS5 so far? I know it's kind of tough because you don't have a PS5 yet and you don't have an Xbox yet.
I mean, the DualSense.
It ain't no Winnie the Pooh.
It ain't no Winnie the Pooh. That is a very difficult game, and nobody's playing it right now, despite me sharing a link.
Yeah, so we have a private chat, and he dropped it in there like we're gonna do something. Like, what is it? What am I supposed to do?
You should play it.
I'm not clicking that.
I'm not objector on that one.
You should get up to Kanga and Rue and be like, "Fuck these kangaroos."
It is a purely Japanese link with a smiling Winnie the Pooh wearing a bow. I'm not clicking this.
It's a home run derby. It's for kids.
/Bitcoin
it was just
miner.
Programmed by an evil person. But yeah, the DualSense sounds intriguing. It's something I want to get my hands on, feel the haptics, test out those triggers, see if they really do innovate with game design. It is still a concern that it's just going to be a first year type of feature and it's going to be forgotten because it's not standard across the board. So third parties have very little incentive to actually implement this feature. But maybe like Call of Duty, what you're seeing there, if they see that they're selling better on PlayStation 5, it might give them that incentive.
Yes.
Xbox, I think the problem with Xbox is every game people are going to talk about right now, I can play on my Xbox One right now. Mm-hmm. There is no exclusive next-gen game for the platform. At least PlayStation 5 has Astro's Playroom, Demon Souls, and that's it.
Demon Souls, Godfall.
Yeah, no one's going to acknowledge Godfall.
Hey,
it's real.
Hey, yeah, Max bought it, all right.
It's a glorified tech demo.
It is. But let me tell you, buddy, it's a great looking tech
but
demo.
Nate, you know that first year set up pretty strong for the PS5 coming off. I mean, Ratchet is probably up next.
They are.
Horizon.
There is still some
Gran Turismo?
concern. Yeah. There is still some concern with Sony's first year, though.
Oh, okay. Final Fantasy not coming out?
I'm not concerned about like Final Fantasy. I'm concerned with Horizon and what Horizon means, because you did have Sony come out this week and say we're going to give PlayStation 4 3 years worth of support. And this is a company that said we believe in generations.
Yeah.
And, you're giving 3 years of support to the PlayStation 4 system that you kind of brushed off seemingly in marketing statements in 2020 to all of a sudden we find out that Horizon, which will come out in the second half of 2021, still has the PlayStation 4 version. Mm-hmm. So right now, could you really believe them that God of War is not coming to PlayStation 4?
That's the one I'm concerned about. I think that one will be a PS4 game as well. I'm starting to think it is.
I don't
really.
I want that to kind of start the exclusive, like actual.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice. Yeah.
I want a reason to buy a PS5.
They kind of
Ratchet and Clank
a little bit though. I mean, to offset costs.
Final Fantasy.
To offset costs though, I mean, because like these games are really expensive. I mean, they're $70. The system, they're definitely losing money on the digital edition. They have to be. $100 difference. So they're losing money on one of them. And you have to offset the cost. So you have to do something. You can't just there's not going to be enough of an install base. If you look at the sales of these God of War, right? God of War sold what, 10 million, a little bit over that. Right? Or is
I think they sold more than 20 million of God of War.
More than 20 million?
Am I wrong? I thought they announced
Uncharted is the best.
So Insomniac just emailed me, and in their email, it said that Spider-Man PS4 sold 17 million, and in the email it said second best selling PS4 exclusive. So I'm assuming that maybe it was around 10 million.
10 million.
So yeah, like I think Uncharted sold like 16 million or 17. Uncharted's up there. It's like Uncharted 4. So that's on 100 million install base. So if you're Sony and you're planning, you're like, okay, wait a minute. We sold this much on this install base. There's no way that you can get anywhere near that on an install base that's not going to be anywhere near as big in the first year. You have to mitigate that somehow.
Yeah.
Like it's too much of a risk.
Yeah, they're gonna split them. Like Ratchet and Clank makes sense for a PS5 exclusive because it shows off the SSD tech and all of that with the shifting between dimensions. And I mean, Gran Turismo is a game that they basically treat as a live service anyway because they keep adding more cars to it. So that'll be a project they keep around for the next probably the entire generation. Actually, Gran Turismo 7 might just be a generation game because I bet you eventually it finds its way to the next PlayStation VR as well. But yeah, Horizon PS4 game. I really do think that God of War game is going to be a PS4 game also.
I guess I have less of a problem with it. I guess my hope is that the PlayStation 5 version is prioritized. Like I feel like the Miles Morales that's on PS5 feels like the real version, air quotes. So as long as Final Fantasy is just PS5 and PC, I'm good with that. That's the one I like. If that was cross-gen, I'd be annoyed at that. Let's face it still looks like Final Fantasy 15, but I'll take it. It does.
It looks in some regards. Does Final Fantasy 15 look better? I don't know. Probably not. But like
we give that Final Fantasy 14 producer the benefit of the doubt, though, don't we, Max?
Yeah, Yoshi. Okay. Yoshi P is God.
I was playing Final Fantasy 15 on my Xbox Series X backwards compatible. And holy, dude, it looks phenomenal.
It looks different. Amazing. Yeah. I just did the opening hour while I was playing it. Yeah, that's 60 FPS, no load times.
It just looked. The game already looked spectacular when it launched, but the Royal Edition, they upgraded. They even made little improvements here and there throughout the long development and post development until they just shut everything down.
I just realized something. Final Fantasy 7 Remake is going to be coming to the Xbox game next year, right? Like in March or April.
It theoretically can.
Do you think Microsoft gets them to do a Series X patch with it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think they're
I played it on PS5. I put it on. I played it on PS5 for an hour and a half. The first on hard, the difficulty, and it looks amazing on PS5 too. It looks great. It's the same game, but it looks dope on PS5 as well. So I mean, I can only imagine what they would do with Xbox, or with the PS5, an actual next gen patch. If they
that's what I'm thinking. I wonder if Microsoft is let's get that done. Let's get a next gen patch for it for the Series X. Take advantage of everything with it.
That would be nice.
That'd be pretty good. I'd actually think about buying it again for that.
So would I. Well, and also, especially what if they put that on the box, the true next gen version?
Sony wouldn't allow them to do they wouldn't allow it to be okay, we don't get that too on PS5, right?
Yeah, you have to give it to me too. I get one cookie, they get one cookie.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, they would have to. Because it was a PlayStation exclusive for for that full year. Sony's so associated with with Final Fantasy. I don't think they would say, oh, the next gen is on there and you don't have it on PlayStation.
Max, what do you think of Demon's Souls so far?
It's fantastic. There are some interesting changes. I do think it's a little bit easier. The main thing is, because I beat Demon's Souls back in the day, I do think that this version is a lot easier in a myriad of aspects. But the biggest thing is that it plays like Dark Souls 3. It is very responsive. The rolls are very forgiving. It's one of those things where once you learn it, if you've beaten any Dark Souls, I bet you can beat Demon's Souls.
Sean, you said you picked it up, right? Demon's Souls? How's that going for you?
I wish I bought something else.
Yeah,
too hard.
No, the
or
game.
Just boring?
No, it's too hard. I'm not good at those games, and I get that it's supposed to be a little bit slow and clunky, and it's just when I'm playing it, it's wow, I want to go play Spider-Man some more. It looks great.
Yeah.
And if you're a fan of Souls, the thing is, I've never been a fan of Souls games, so I don't know what compelled me to be yo, I need this shit on day one. I need to spend that $70 on day one.
Because it's the PS5 exclusive.
Yeah, and it's a potential bag for you, man.
Wait, hold on. You didn't get Sackboy? You should have bought Sackboy instead.
Oh, man.
I'm actually trying to find a physical copy of Sackboy right now because no one around me has it.
They had a bunch. I took a picture of it. I'm going to put it in and tomorrow I'm doing a video about Godfall. The entire store was sold out of every PlayStation 5 game except Sackboy.
Apparently Sackboy is good. I've seen some people say it's good.
It looks good.
It looks good. Looks like they took the 3D World formula and said, hey, let's just open it up a bit.
There you go.
Yeah.
I assumed it would be bad. I assumed it would be just a whatever.
That's what I want to pick up. Sean,
who made that one? Do you guys know who made?
So that's Sumo
Digital.
Sumo Digital, yeah. Sean, did you have that on fidelity mode or you have that on performance mode for Demon's Souls?
Performance.
Okay, good. Okay, good. good. Wait,
I
hold on, you
switched
have
it over
metal
to-
performance, but you don't have Spider-Man performance.
Piss off.
No, you got to put that on fidelity. That's what's messing you up right now, Sean.
No, I moved it over to fidelity because I wanted to see how it
looks
looked.
good.
And I was like, wow, this looks good. And then I started moving. I was like, oh God, it's getting even clunkier. No, fuck this.
You get your ass kicked on that
No,
on the non-performance.
Right.
Oh boy, that's great. I didn't try Bug Snacks yet. That's a part of PlayStation Plus. I did download it. I just haven't tried it yet.
What? That's game of the year.
I beat it. I feel like I'm the one person who kind of is mad on it. I beat it. I think I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Seriously?
Yeah. Well, it's super short and it's the whole, I don't like the writing. Every character is like a quirky character who gives you a speech about how quirky they are. Like, I'm the jazz musician who lives on the beach. Can you get me some sexy Bug Snacks? It's like, okay. Yeah. And every character is that way. It's, I don't know.
So did everyone just stop playing
Hold
their
on,
Xbox when the
before I want to clarify one thing for the
Oh,
chat.
boy.
It's not necessarily that Souls games are like super hard. It's that you have to be patient and you have to be methodical. I am not a patient and or methodical person if you haven't picked up on that yet. So it's like I could sit there and figure out the game mechanics. You know, the Dark Souls game on the Switch, like I did pretty good in that because I ended up reviewing it and I, played it for a while, so I got used to it. But it's just like I would rather play a faster paced game. And like somebody said, Ninja Gaiden is harder. Okay, I'd rather play Ninja Gaiden because that's more of my pace.
Putting time into something that you enjoy personally more. Like I get it. I'm not a big Souls fan either. So.
Did you play Sekiro, Sean?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And Sekiro's faster too. Yeah,
Yes.
I get it. I definitely
By
think so. As somebody who's beaten every Dark Souls game, I'll definitely defend you, Sean, in that it takes. I always say it's the 10-hour thing of like if you play Souls for 10 hours, you get good at the pace, and then you can kind of speed run it. You realize, oh, I can skip this and here's shortcuts, but there is that 10 rough hours of getting used to it that most people don't get past.
And no, I still play my Xbox Series X because that's what I got NBA 2K21 on.
Oh, you did buy that game again.
Yep. And you know what? It's yeah, and I don't really regret it, honestly. First off, they've done a patch to fix the shots that work a little bit better, but I think it's not the same jump as when we went from Xbox to Xbox 360 with NBA 2K and graphics, because that's what we had at GameStop when I was working there. We had NBA 2K running on the Xbox and running on the Xbox 360 because we had 3 TVs set up. And so people would come in and be like, what the fuck is that? And be like, yo, it's the Xbox 360 version. And it was like mind blowing.
Yeah, because they had the sweat. They upgraded to sweat. Remember that?
Well,
like,
and
that
then moving shorts and stuff like that too. But with
the features, right?
With 2K21 on the Series X, you kind of have to look for it more, but like when you zoom in on a character model, it looks absolutely insane. Like individual hair follicles and shit. It's like ridiculous. So I think it's a good game. I'm enjoying it more so than the Switch version, probably because of the fact that they've fixed the shot mechanics to be a little bit more like the old ones now.
I mean, it's also 30 versus 60 frames.
It's also 30 versus 60.
That's kind of a big deal in a game with timing. So I get
why did I buy it? Because I'm a basketball fan. Like I can't help it,
I can help. I'm actually a huge basketball fan. I don't buy that shit.
I mean, I just wanted. Well, the main thing for me was I wanted a next gen game for my Xbox One or my Xbox Series X. I mean, and it was like this is a next generation version designed for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X in mind. Was not designed for the last generation of consoles. So that's why I went with that game.
Okay.
And I've also been playing Call of Duty on Series X as well.
You just got it, right? You just got
I'm
it.
not impressed.
Okay. You playing multiplayer?
Yeah, I just play multiplayer. I do like, what's that new mode where you have to like gather the uranium?
But this has ray tracing though.
Does it? Not in multiplayer?
It just has ray tracing.
I think the ray tracing is only in single player because multiplayer.
Why are you doing that? That's where ray tracing is.
Because I don't want to play single player. I don't understand how people play Call of Duty single player.
What? Single player is fun.
I agree.
They have
Single player
digital
Call of
Richard
Duty's trash.
Nixon.
I have not played a Call of Duty story since the original Modern Warfare.
Wait, hold on. You don't like you're not having fun with the Call of Duty multiplayer, but you've been playing that free to play Call of Duty like game for a while, right?
There you go. One is a free-to-play game, one is a $70 game. And I actually got a review copy of Call of Duty that I did not even ask for. It just showed up, and I was like, all right, I'll check it out. But
yeah, like,
it's not bad. It's not bad. It's Call of Duty.
It's Call of Duty. It's still a very similar formula in multiplayer.
That uranium mode, have you played that?
No, I just mostly
I saw people playing it. It looked interesting.
So what it is like it's an open map, sort of like Warzone, but not quite as big. And basically, you're in different teams, and there's uranium stashes all across the map, and you have to get to these stashes and then cash the uranium in to get points. You can also get points by killing people, but it plays a lot like a squad style free for all game. Because there's a lot of, you can get on a motorcycle, you can get in a tank. There's different things going on the map. It's actually really fun, and I like that mode a lot. The standard TDM and shit. It's standard TDM. You have the same stupid Call of Duty maps that you've had for the million years, or just reskins with your little narrow tunnel lead out to an open area. Oh, there's B. I gotta capture B. Yeah, But I think that mode is actually really fun.
Interesting. I'll check that mode out. So yeah, we just need Halo Infinite at this point on the Xbox.
Yeah.
True.
We need Halo Infinite.
Good luck with that.
Save us, Halo Infinite.
Mm-hmm.
It's never coming.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to say with Sean, the people that play 2K, that when I'm on my live stream, they all say that it's really good too. So, so yeah, to your point about the next gen 2K.
I did play more Assassin's Creed though. I did play more of that.
That's what I wish I got instead of Demon Souls, honestly.
You should go get Assassin. I think you would like Valhalla, Sean.
I think you would. The thing is, here's the weird thing about Assassin's Creed is I always sleep on the series, and I'm always like, whatever. But then whenever I play it, I'm like, oh man, I really like this game.
This is interesting.
I love Assassin's Creed games, but
it takes a little while for it to get started. But when it does, and you get to your first settlement, and part of it is actually building up like your village or your town, and you gather resources and you build new buildings and you get more abilities and different items that way, and you bring people in and recruit them, and it ended up being a lot larger than I thought it would be when I first started playing, because it really takes like 5 or 6 hours just to get to that point.
I was just say, isn't it like 6 hours to get out of the prologue or something?
It takes a little while, yeah, but then it starts opening up,
yeah.
and there's a lot going on in this game, and it is one of those time sink games, Sean. But it looks good on the Xbox. The only problem I have right now is if you don't have the right TV with a variable refresh rate, that like they have like FreeSync and all this stuff. If you don't have a TV that can manage it, it will have pretty bad screen tearing at times, like to where it's very noticeable.
Yeah, the pictures are insane.
Yeah,
Speaking of
really
screen
annoying.
tearing on the Xbox Series X,
Mhm.
how about that bright memory?
I didn't play it yet.
Dude, that's like a great
Did
cell
anyone-
phone game, man.
Did anyone play it besides me?
No, I didn't play it either.
So this was an $8 game. Okay, whatever.
Oh shit!
First and foremost, I believe that this was deceptive marketing, because I do video game stuff kind of all the time, if you didn't catch up on that.
What?
And I was under the impression that this was the fucking game that I saw during the Xbox Series X presentation, not some shit that's been out on PC forever. But even so, that's fine. Optimized for the Xbox Series X right then and there, awesome. And there's obscene amounts of pop-up. There is obscene amounts
Yeah,
of
you shared it on
screen
Twitter. I
share.
saw that.
And people were like giving me shit about that, and I'm like, it was made by one guy. Motherfucker, Minecraft was made by one guy. I don't see pop-up like that. Axiom Verge was made by one guy. That's not an excuse for a game to be optimized for the Xbox Series X and look like shit. But beyond that, I think the combat is interesting, because it's kind of like gunplay mixed with hack and slash, which works, but it's very glitchy. It's $8, and I beat it in 37 minutes.
Whoa.
Oh my god!
Dude, you're
what?
speed running. Sean speed running now.
I did not
Dude, that's-
speed run. That was
That's a
literally
world
just,
record.
that was just me playing the game.
Which con speed, the new speedrunner right here? Let's go.
Dude,
Awesome games done quick. Let's go, Sean.
I kind of want to look up. I kind of want to like see a video of someone be like full game, because people upload it and it'll be like bright infinite memory, whatever the hell, full game cutscene. It's just gonna be probably 20 minutes if they run for everything. It's pretty funny.
So those
Somebody
developers
just
are
asked
making
about load times on NBA 2K21 Next Gen. 0. At least when I play,
there's not,
at least when you play an actual game, you choose your team, bam, you're on the court, like like that.
Yeah, there's videos on Twitter about it, and it's like they'll compare it to like last gen now, because we're in the current gen is Xbox Series X and everything. And it's
the load screen just looks like a video stinger. It's just like NBA, and then it just goes away, and you're just in.
Yeah, it's very quick. So it is cool to see all of this already, because I think all of that will be further optimized as we go into this generation, where we probably won't even have any of those. Like they'll be put in just so it's not so jarring when you get to the game.
I think to your point though, John, what I was saying with the whole, you said like the variable refresh rate, like having the TVs that support that, I think is really important with some of these games, right? You get a much better experience with that, you know, that variable refresh rate, so everything plays a lot smoother, or certain games will play smoother. So I think it's like a combo deal, guys. Like it's cool to have all this stuff, but man, like when you have the TV, it really does, you know, make that difference. So I know these TVs are expensive, but
you can also go the route for if you're cramped for space or anything, you also go the route of a nicer monitor, because the Xbox Series X does support like 1440p and all of that. So, and that is the big feature that the Series X has, is that variable refresh rate over like the PlayStation 5 right now. So that's something that you'd want to look into for Assassin's Creed, because I was noticing screen tearing, then I hooked it up to my monitor. It has variable refresh rate and all of that, and it went away. So it was much better that way.
I'll watch your TV doesn't have variable refresh rate?
This Sony does not. This OLED doesn't. I don't think it does.
I'm supposed to buy. That's what I'm supposed to spend $1 million on.
No, I told you to buy. I told you to buy an LG.
No, you want the
CX.
LG CX.
Oh, okay.
You want the
That's
LG
the one
CX.
that I got.
I have an LG CX also. I have both.
Yeah. Okay. So you're not playing it on.
So I have the Sony A9G that I'll play on. I play on this one, and then for the office, I have the LG CX coming in.
Okay. Oh, you have it coming in. Okay, so you bought it. Okay, so it's coming in. Okay,
yeah, but then I have two monitors, one 4K, one 1440p that has like FreeSync and variable refresh rate, all that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but I did notice it because I went from one to the other, and I was like, yeah, Assassin's Creed needs this. And it's weird because I don't think you should like have a game set up with screen tearing and then be like, oh, it's cool, just use VRR. It'll fix it. It's like, well, hold on.
Yeah, that's true.
The game shouldn't just shouldn't have that issue. What are you talking about?
Do you see Shinobi? True. Shinobi on Twitter, he's like one of the biggest fans I've ever seen for Mass Effect and for the Assassin's Creed games. So every year for the last 3 years, he'll do like 2 weeks of like photo mode expose, exploring the areas. And today officially he said like, I just can't play Valhalla. Like it needs so many patches. It's just so jittery. He's like, it's straight up taking me out of the experience. So
no,
not saying it's a bad game. I'm just saying I'm taking a break.
The A9G is more for like movies, streaming, and all of that. I mean, it has game mode and it has better HDR than like the CX, but the CX for gaming is like that's the one you want to get. You can even get technically a 48-inch, Sean, but I just go with 55 and call it a day.
Come on, I'm not gonna half-ass it.
I mean, but the thing is,
it's not like everything else I do in life. This is costing money.
The CX, if you get that, like I said, you wouldn't have to upgrade probably for the rest of the generation. But the next time you upgrade, we'll be talking about 8K. So,
and it has a Wii remote pointer with the
see. See,
there's a pointer. You just point and you click. It's really cool. I like that.
If you get the sound bar with it, I have a sound bar.
You get a free LG Boom with the purchase of the TV.
Oh, that's cool.
How does it sound?
Well, it supports.
Wait, is it free because you got it off the fallen truck, or
it was in the box next to it?
Yeah, promotion that they're doing.
Truck.
But they have what's it called? Like the TV supports like the Dolby sound, like the new Dolby Atmos or whatever. So it sounds amazing even without it.
Oh, okay.
And it supports like the Dolby Vision TV, Dolby. Like, it supports all that crap. So it's super sleek. And like if you look at like how much OLEDs were before, dude, OLEDs were so expensive, 2 years ago or whatever. Even like last year, like they're way more affordable now. And like with Vizio getting into the game, it's even going to make prices go down even more. So
I'm going to wait for the Vizio version because so honestly, this monitor that I edit my videos on right here, I got this out of a dumpster. It is 720p. I've been using it for 6 years.
Max.
See,
I've been waiting.
Y'all say I'm a cheap fucker.
Max's YouTube channel sounds less like an adventure and more of just like a challenge. Like he's just like, how can I challenge myself?
This is my hard mode
iPhone dumpster monitor.
I know.
My
Yeah,
monitor is so, like,
I
straight
I
ass.
still use this phone. This doesn't even have a model number. My phone is so janky; it doesn't even have a name.
Oh my gosh!
And of course,
that's what's great about you.
we will
You've been
replace
able to-
this. That's a matter.
Share.
200,000 subscribers coming up on freaking ghetto ass equipment.
Hey,
Ghetto, that's dope, dude.
It's an
Like,
accident.
so
I
sick.
promise. It's that I'm dumb. This is not
He's got
bragging. This is
he's
me
got
dumb.
a Dookie. He's got a Dookie monitor. He's got, he's got.
it ain't about what you got. It's about how you use it.
It's about how you use it exactly. So
Let's face it. The only reason I have this this is like the best microphone you can get. Like a bunch of us who use in the Audio Technica. Shamsa bought this. Shamsa just,
Shamsa.
or else I'd still be using a super crappy one.
Did anyone else play any more games on their PS5 or their Series X before we
I
move
played
over?
the next gen update for Borderlands 3.
Oh yeah, how'd that turn out?
I heard it's good.
Really, really good on an OLED. It's just smooth. It feels like you would play like if you had another decked out PC and everything. It's really good. I do like it. On my Xbox Series X, I was playing it. Supports HDR, supports the frame rate super high. I really do enjoy it. Like the combat's really fun. It's still the same Borderlands that you know and love, right? But they add in a couple wrinkles here and there. You're still just shooting a bunch of people, but it's a lot of fun just to get a bunch of different types of guns, right? Like I was there from the original Borderlands, when that first launched. I bought it day one back in 2009 when I was in college. So I've always been with the series, and this one just kind of takes everything that they've done and made it even better. And like the 4K patch, it's pretty large. So, I mean, I think it's not like 100+ gigabytes, but it's a nice patch that takes a little bit of time to download. But after you get it downloaded and installed, it looks great on the TV, man. I did enjoy it. And I put like 5 or 6 hours into it already. So I've been playing it just on my free time, and I do like the game. It's a lot of fun. And it's a lot more smooth than what I saw with Borderlands on the Xbox One or on the PS4, because the game was optimized for the Xbox One X to look pretty good. So it doesn't look like way better than what you'd see there, but the frame rate along with the 4K with the OLED makes it even it's perfect for it. So I'm enjoying that. Nice. And the PS5 version does support the haptic feedback, the triggers and stuff. So if you want to go with the PS5 version, it does support that.
So what's the next game we're looking forward to for these systems? Is it Cyberpunk?
I guess
Cyberpunk,
so.
yeah.
I also tried out the God of War.
The 60 frames?
The 60 frames.
That's just locked at this point, isn't it?
Yeah, it's much better.
Beautiful.
In my opinion, I actually really am enjoying the game a bit more with that 60
I might have to fire that game up on this OLED.
I got through the first boss battle with it, and I'm gonna play some more probably later tonight. Maybe I'm gonna play some Borderlands and play some of that more. And it's really good. I'm enjoying it a lot. I mean, it's still the performance mode. The graphics obviously aren't as impressive as maybe what you thought it was when you play it on the performance mode on there, but it still looks really good. Like the character models are still just the environment stuff, but on like a big TV. But it's still amazing though. It's still really good. I
kind of want to check out. I kind of want to check out Infamous.
Yeah, I've been going back
on the OLED.
Yeah, I've been going back and playing a lot of the backwards compatible games.
Yeah,
like
I might
Final
download
Fantasy
some of
and all
these.
that. Yeah, like try out the and I think that's another thing that makes this generation it's just so much better, because we didn't have that in the last generation, right? They didn't have the backwards compatibility at the beginning. Like it was
from the PS3, yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
And the Xbox One, it wasn't all supported day one, was it? It was like janky, wasn't it?
They had some, I think, like some of the Halo games and stuff. It was, it wasn't 100% like that.
Yeah,
nothing like it is now.
And this is just you pop in Final Fantasy, you pop in everything just works. It brute forces it to work better. You don't got to worry about too much. So that to me is also another reason why this generation, I'm enjoying this generation, because you guys know me, I'm a backlog king. So I'm like, yo, I didn't even buy any next gen games. I didn't even buy any 2 next gen games. I just been playing all the stuff that I've got, So
I did download whatchamacallit, Days Gone, because I think that got a 60 frame.
That's 60 frames now.
I want to play that now.
Yeah, I've never played it, so it was on the PlayStation Plus collection. So I was like, what the heck?
How is it?
I haven't started it yet.
Oh, you haven't started. Okay, yeah.
It's a long game.
It's $20 for Black Friday deals, so I think I'm gonna pick it up.
Yeah, it's a long game.
I beat The Pathless. The developers randomly sent it to me, and I liked Abzu, and I was like, all right, yeah, they seems cool. It is really cool. It is definitely, it is almost a tech demo style indie game. You're like, it's very silent. You're running around as like this hunter in this big, gorgeous, like corrupted woods. The only enemies are basically the mega bosses, and you basically just go around and cleanse towers and fly around. But it's interesting on PlayStation 5 because it seems like it's running 4K consistently, 60 frames a second consistently, and it's kind of cell shading, so it's not like it's like super photorealism, but just the solid state. Like I was fighting a boss and he uppercutted me and it knocked me out of the top of this tower and I fell down to the ground. And normally they would hide a load screen there by your character like slowly getting up and dusting themselves off. None of that. I hit the ground, immediately jumped back up, got an elevator, went right back up and fought him. Just super like really cool.
OJ, Days Gone is on the PlayStation Plus collection.
I don't buy the online for either system.
What a weirdo.
The silence was real.
Online.
The silence was so real there.
I can understand that. I'd rather own it.
Yeah, I mean, personally, me, I rather have the physical games. I like collecting games, and I don't pay for PS Plus because I don't want to play with anybody online on PlayStation or on Xbox. So, I mean, if I'm gonna play something like a shooter, I'll just play on PC, or I'll just if I'm gonna do that, I'll just get it on there or whatever. So I don't really play multiplayer games like that. I don't want to play with anybody on Borderlands.
Days Gone's been on Black Friday deal like $20, I think, for the past 2 years now. Because I think I got it 2 years ago, or like the year it came out, it went to Black Friday like super fast. I remember because it came out in April, and I think the Black Friday 7 or 8 months later, it was like $30. I think I had like a $5 off, so I got it for $25 the year it came out.
Because it's a bad game.
Oh.
I mean, it is kind of padded.
I don't like it. I know I'm like the one person. I did not care for that game.
No, I think a lot of people didn't like it. Yeah,
there's lots of people that didn't like the game too. You're not the only one.
It got a very mediocre Metacritic.
Yeah,
I mean, just you spend so much time just tuning up your motorcycle and be like, I gotta avoid the hordes. Oh, so I don't know.